Welcome to Navigating FDA Regulations on Structure and Function Claims. So if you're in the health and wellness industry, you may have heard of structure and function claims. These statements are made about a product to describe how it affects the structure or function of the body. However, the FDA has strict regulations on these claims, and it is important to understand them to avoid legal issues. This guide will help to navigate the complex rules and regulations surrounding structure and function claims. So what are structure and function claims? Structure function claims are statements made about a product that describe how it affects the structure or function of the body. For example, a structure function claim for a vitamin supplement might be supports healthy bones. These claims are different from health claims, which describe a relationship between a product and a disease or a health condition. The FDA has specific regulations on structure and function claims to ensure that they are truthful and not misleading to consumers. So what are the FDA regulations on structure and function claims? The FDA has strict regulations on structure function claims to ensure that they are truthful and not misleading to consumers. These regulations require that the claims be supported by scientific evidence and that they do not imply that the product can treat or cure a disease. Additionally, the claims must be accompanied by a disclaimer stating that the product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. It is important for businesses in the health and wellness industry to understand and comply with these regulations to avoid penalties or potential legal issues. So how to properly word a structure or function claim? When wording structure and function claims, it is important to use language that accurately reflects the scientific evidence supporting the claim. Avoid using language that implies the product can treat or cure a disease, as this is not allowed by the FDA. Instead, focus on the scientific function or benefit a product provides. Additionally, make sure to include the required disclaimer stating that the product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. It may be helpful to consult with a legal expert or regulatory consultant to ensure that your claims comply with FDA regulations. So how to avoid making false or misleading claims? To avoid making false or misleading claims, it is important to have a thorough understanding of the scientific evidence supporting your product's structure and function claims. Make sure to use language that accurately reflects the evidence and avoid making claims that the product can treat or cure a disease. It is important to include the required disclaimer stating that the product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Consulting with a legal expert or regulatory consultant can also help ensure that your claims comply with FDA regulations. So, what are the consequences of violating FDA regulations on structure, function, and claims? Violating FDA regulations on structure, function claims can result in serious consequences for businesses in the health and wellness industry. The FDA can take enforcement action against companies that make these false or misleading claims, and this can include issuing warning letters, seizing product, and pursuing legal action. In addition to the legal consequences, violating FDA regulations can also damage a company's reputation and lead to a loss of consumer trust. It is important to ensure that all claims made about a product are supported by scientific evidence and comply with FDA regulations to avoid these consequences. I hope you found today's session helpful, and we do look forward to seeing you at the next one.